Happy HBK Wellness Wednesday, and to our Catholic and Christian friends, happy Ash Wednesday. Hopefully you had a lovely service and you picked something good to give up for Lent. For the rest of us, it's just our HBK Wellness Wednesday. I got a fantastic question from Gwen, I think last night, and I actually already answered it in some private messages back to her. However, it got me to thinking about something that we can tie into our cellulite removal as we work on long, lean legs this week. Of course, removing cellulite, especially at the top and especially for those saddlebags, is one of those major things that we really focus on when we're thinking about our long, lean legs. Now, Gwen's question actually was, what amount of water did Teresa Tapp recommend was kind of the ideal for us to have throughout our days to maximize our lymphatic drainage and our health? My response actually was that I don't honestly remember. However, I have my own recommendation that I have worked on for years and years and years and years. And this was based off of a lot of different various wellness trainings that I received in regular personal training from other experienced sports nutritionists at the time and other wellness seminars and things of that nature. I would hear anywhere from, of course, the standard that most of us have heard, which is 64 ounces or 8 glasses of water per day, up to 1 to 1.5 ounces of water per pound of your body weight, which means if you weigh 100 pounds, you are drinking 150 ounces of water. That is well over a gallon of water per day. That is definitely, from what I have seen, an unreasonable amount of water for a lot of reasons. If you live in a hot climate and you sweat a lot, or you're exposed to having to do lots of sweating from your workouts, that amount of water can actually be detrimental to your health because it can really start to wash the electrolytes out of your body at too high a rate. Personally, what I have found to be very effective is anywhere from those 64 ounces to half your body weight in water. So obviously a 100-pound person, that would only be 50 ounces. So I always say you should start at the minimum of 64 and go up to half your body weight. So for those of us that weigh more than 128 pounds, which is double 64, we're going to be drinking a bit more water as our maximum. That is going to be a safe and doable amount, because the other thing about drinking that much water, my experience has shown that you can't stay out of the restroom for more than about 10 to 20 minutes on that much water. The amount you have to consume is just way too high for your size. So that's the other reason we have to be reasonable about what can we maintain for a lifetime and as we lose or gain inches and size. So that was the first thing. One of the things that I talked about with her was in the cellulite removal system, one of the ingredients that came with that system was a FiberTox supplement. And the reason was because if you are using that body brushing system, it really moves that lymph directly under your skin at a much higher rate than just doing the workout alone. And what happens is, remember, your lymphatic system is your detox system. This is the system that pulls out all the crud. It picks up all the things that aren't meant to be there, whether it's dust, dirt, germs, whatever, collects it all and dumps it out into the GI tract to be eliminated, or through the kidneys to be eliminated. So very, very important system. And when you start getting it working harder, you need to be able to keep up with it. Your ideal way to do that is to add as many as 4 more cups, 32 more ounces of water to your daily regimen when you do that. However, being reasonable and understanding that that was very unlikely to happen and difficult for most people to accomplish, Teresa put the FiberTox supplement in there to get everything where that lymph drains, in the gut, moving at a little bit faster of a rate. That's what that supplement's for. If for some reason you're uncomfortable with or can't do fiber supplements, that is one of your alternatives. Add more water into your system. So those are some of the reasons and things behind how much water should we drink. I was lucky enough over the years to hear Teresa speak many times about her personal profiling that she would work on with people to look at your genetic predisposition and other factors towards having cellulite or not. And she had a pile of recommendations nutritionally that you could do with this. Nowadays, we actually have access to things like 23andMe and these genetic scientific tests that will help us determine what she used to keep in her head since the 1970s and 80s. Science has now proven a lot of this with the mapping of the human genome. It is amazing how anecdotal evidence is being proven right over and over and over again in situations like this. So we're going to talk about some of those products that I love to add to my water to give it that extra kick and mean that I can stay closer to those 64 ounces and not try and get up to that larger amount of water needed to maintain my body size. Because let's face it, T-Tap is awesome, but I don't want to have to weigh 128 pounds ever, 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 ever again. The first product that Teresa used to talk about all the time was Cell Food, and I'll bring it closer for you guys so you can see it. This amazing product has dissolved oxygen in it, and this connects back to the principle behind alkaline water, water that has additional hydroxy, oxygen, hydrogen groups in it, as being better for the body to help bring and lower the pH. This will help counteract the effects of wine, sugar, high carbs, even meats that are difficult to digest can cause an acid reaction to the entire body. The blood itself must maintain a very small range of pH, its acid-alkaline balance, and it is slightly alkaline. It is slightly above water, pure distilled water. It has a pH of 7.0. So just so we have a little bit of a baseline, your blood should be at approximately 7.4 to 7.6 on that pH scale. So it is slightly alkaline. Acids are lower than 7, alkalines are higher than 7s, or bases. So we want to have those extra hydroxyl groups when we have things like alcohol or soda or fruit juice, even fruit and fructose, cookies, carbs, and a lot of meats. We have to digest them with a highly acidic environment. This pulls those hydroxyl groups out, and our blood has to work harder to maintain. The body is struggling. So if we add back in dissolved oxygen, this can help alkalize the body. And you don't have to have the stuff is not free, believe me. This little guy, I think somewhere around $25 is what I pay for this bottle. However, this will last months and months and months and months and months, versus anywhere from $2 to $4 or $5 per bottle of alkaline water that you're buying at your health food store for the same reason. I used to have what looked like a fancy blender that alkalized my water for me by using magnetic polarity and a spinning action to pull extra oxygen into my water, as well as help realign the molecules. It's been gone for a very, very, very long time. And to be honest, I like this better because I have a better control over how much of that oxygen I can add into my water. Fantastic, wonderful product. Been using it forever, ever. And it's great for helping the body help itself pull that acid out and away from the skin, which is going to make it look and bounce back stronger and healthier. And it's going to keep that collagen elastin matrix very much more intact. Now, my other favorite little product for this kind of thing that I have in front of me is liquid chlorophyll. This is the one that I use. It comes on subscription every month, but there are tons of them on the market, and they're all pretty fabulous. This one has a little bit of a mint flavor to it, which is nice because chlorophyll can kind of taste like dirt. I added this with working with my nutritionist. My body absolutely loves this. Again, if you think about chlorophyll in plants, this is the compound that plants use to convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. It has the same pH as human blood. This is the blood of plants. So this can be another fantastic addition to help alkalize the body. I usually do 2 dropperfuls per day in my big, huge 64 ounces of water to really make a big difference in keeping and alkalizing the system. So these are a couple little products you can add to that water. So especially if you're on that lower end, like 64 ounces, you're not wondering, am I doing enough? You are doing enough. This is a lot cheaper than this. I do like them both. This one is a lot easier and more tasteless. Also, PS, you gotta be very, very, very careful. This stuff stains at the same rate, if not worse, than blood. Believe me, I have unfortunately ruined more than one pale colored outfit, white, pink, baby blue, by shaking this bottle and not having it closed and spilling this stuff on myself. So be very careful with it. That's what's nice about this. It doesn't happen as easily. So that is an expansion on how much water should I drink every single day, and a little bit more about what you can do to help that water help you keep your skin bouncy, springy, and cellulite free. All right, you guys, next week is Final Monday freebie, so we are up for any topics you want. Make sure and comment below or send me a direct message like Gwen did. Let me know what you want to talk about, and we'll talk about it next week. In the meantime, I'm Kiona Leah. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and I want to see you move, live, and thrive. So I'll see you on the next one.